Well, hello, and welcome to the 2008 River Cup competition. Beautiful weekend for golf, and we have a wonderful competition going on. Under beautiful skies yesterday, the competition started, and it looked like CCV was going to take control of these matches. You'll see the scores as they scroll across the bottom of the screen. But the last three matches, Willow Oaks came back strong, and now the competition stands at 37.5 for CCV to 34.5 for Willow Oaks. Only 3 points separate these two great teams. I'm standing here at the River Cup Hall of Fame and Museum with curator Jeffrey Hudgens, probably inside doing a root canal. Jeffrey could not play with us this year, unfortunately, but again, he opens the doors at 10 o'clock every Saturday and Sunday, so all of you fans can come in and see all of the wonderful exhibits we have on display here. We've got a new feature for you, some on-course, during-match interviews, something that the PGA doesn't do, the Ryder Cup doesn't do, the Solheim Cup doesn't do, and once you see how we've done it, you'll understand why they don't do it. You'll also notice that unfortunately we had an injury this year, the first time in River Cup history. An errant shot from the ninth fairway hit Cabell Moore. Looked serious for a while, and according to his lawyer, it is serious. So you'll see that as it happened. But let's go on the course and see what these great players were thinking as they were closing out their matches. Joe and John Leach. Joe Berman, John Leach. I understand you had some stiff competition today.
What's your name again?
But you prevailed. I happened to play against these guys today. John Leach started out with about a 30-foot birdie putt on one that drained the hole. And they never looked back as they opened up the biggest can of whoop ass I've ever seen out here. Joe Berman missed one fairway today, and he did that on purpose. Joe, how was your round today? Tell us about your round.
Well, I'll see you later. I really didn't do anything, so I'll see you later.
We just scraped it around.
Scraped it around, right. Joe hit every fairway, almost every green, rolled in some critical putts, and just played incredible golf today.
You're being too kind, and it might be a lie.
How'd I do cleaning your clubs, Joe? Was I getting the mud off of them and carrying them? Did I do okay?
He's not even recording.
How about your shoes? Do your shoes need shining?
Yeah.
John was very helpful in carrying the bags and giving yardage today.
All right, get out of the way so we can take a
The CCV boys seem to be away. Looks like both of them were in the trap. Dennis Ryan is over here just short of the green. Paul Strauss is right in the middle of the fairway. If that's a drive, that's a big drive. That's a big drive.
You actually save 10 rather than
Somehow I don't think that's his drive.
well out here where you don't have enough.
So let's see how these CCV boys do.
And you don't have any 150.
kind of missed
What do you think George's got, or Cabell's got for a shot in here, Langan?
Looks like about 150, 155 yards.
So he's probably hitting about a 8-iron, 9-iron, 7-iron.
Probably, it's uphill. It's late in the day. Probably a 7, maybe an 8. Hits it pretty well. A little draw on it. It's going to be long, I believe. Yeah, a little bit long. Not a bad shot though.
It was pin high with on the fly.
George Whitley, line 2.
He looks good standing over the ball here, Langan.
It's got good posture.
Very good posture.
See if he keeps the spine angle the same. No, he didn't. But he hit a good shot, a little long. See if it sucks back. No, it did suck back. That's going to go down the false front, though.
Ooh. Stay right there. Okay.
Paul looking very comfortable over the ball. I expect this to be very close. Oh, yes. That's going to hit and check right up. Oh, check right up. Okay, Dennis Ryan, line 2.
Mr. Short Game.
He made a great kick for CCV.
This should be within a foot or 2.
Dennis, wasting no time.
A little bit of a bad break there, Paul. A little bit of a bad break. It kicked off a little strong. Feature this year on the River Cup, we're having in-round interviews. Dennis, how does this match stand?
We are 1 up, Captain.
1 up?
Everybody lies 3. It's come down to this.
Come down to this. So if you win the hole, what does that mean points-wise?
Have the hole, they get the match in the side.
Ah, okay. So a lot of things riding on this. George has asked me to remove the flag. I think that's indicative of the fact that he thinks he's going to make this putt. slightly off the green. It's on its way. That's awfully firm. Well, you said you didn't want to be short. Campbell Moore has a tricky downhill breaking putt. We'll see if he reads this correctly. George has used a manhole cover as a ball marking device. I'm not sure that's legal.
No, if you don't get at least a mile out of your ball marks, you're not using them correctly.
Oh, nicely, delicately stroked. Let's see, does it have enough? It's going to come up just short. Just short. Very nicely done. I believe they'll give that to you.
Good run at it.
Strauss has about 20 feet. Do we have a lawsuit? Do we have a lawsuit?
Broke my arm.
Yeah, we've got some controversy here, Paul. Is there a lawyer in the house?
A good one?
Cabell, we hope you're back on your feet soon. That was a wicked blow that you took, and I know that you'll be out of intensive care in the next couple of days. If anyone watching this video knows the identity of that young man who struck Cabell Moore with his errant shot, we need to know that. We cannot serve papers on him until we find his identity, and he refused to tell us who he was yesterday as he ran off into the next fairway. So please contact the law firm of Dewey, Cheatham & Howe, Cabell's attorneys at law, so that they can serve papers on this unscrupulous young man. Many of you may not be aware that the River Cup Museum and Hall of Fame has a vast library of instructional videos. You may rent them for a minimal charge, or you can view them in our vast viewing library here. We're going to go back a few years to 2002, when our Director of River Cup Golf Instruction, Will Scott, teaches you how to hit the golf ball off the tee. But today we're going to talk about something that's a little bit more difficult, and that's the forced carry over a long, long body of water. So let's bring in Will Scott, our instructional editor, and Will, tell us what you're going to show us today.
Well, Langdon, many of the matches in the River Cup are won or lost on the third tee. And as you can see...
That's an interesting comment, Will. The third tee, it's early in the match. How can it be won or lost there?
Well, I tell you, a lot of times when I play matches and I hit poor shots, I'm pretty much bagged out for the rest of the round. But I have gone to Bob Rotella, and I thought I'd pass some of the information that I've learned working with Bob on to my fellow teammates and my friendly opponents.
Excellent. Why don't you show us what you have in mind today?
Well, I have some balls, I have some drivers, lots of different kinds, because all y'all use different, but the key to the total golf package is getting off the tee in fine shape. It's downhill after that. That's the way I see it. Everything's downhill. Now let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. You can see this is about a 700-yard typical par 4 at Will Oaks. You have to carry the ball probably, I'd say about 127 yards. And let me just show you, because that's difficult. Well, let's talk about Chris Young's experience and John Leach's experience on the short drive. They didn't use the fundamentals that I'm about to teach now in their attempt at swinging at the ball on the tee. Now, I have a ladies club that I'll use later on possibly. Now what I thought I'd use is a $400 Mizuno driver. They make tremendous shafts. Let me make sure I don't lose my key. And unfortunately, they're a little outdated, but if you really want to elevate a ball, you need to do that. You need to hit a club with a smaller face. And also you need to use about 120 compression ball, which I have here, which is, you can see it, So it's easy to see. And matter of fact, if you make a mistake, because it's harder than you think, it's an easy ball to spot. It's a different color than a goldfish. I try to tee it up high to loft it up over the water. You can see where it is. I'm really, to be honest with you, in my own mind, I'm aiming to be about 117 yards from the pin. You get the old Mizuno. Well, there are a lot of ways to do this. I'm going to do this the Paul Sinclair bad back way. And then you try to lean back and elevate it like this. And let me show you how it's done. Well, hell, I can't even see it. I think that was my first mistake. I don't know if I...
2 fairways over.
Yep. Now, I would use this ball, even though it's a little discolored. This is a Turnberry ball that is probably 40 years old, and it is a smaller diameter ball. So it's illegal for competition today. Let me try that a little bit better. Try not to bend over too much when you're teeing it up. Here we go. Up. Ooh. Well, I laid up short on that one, but if you're gonna miss it left. Now I hope I have enough keys for this thing. I got.
Well, we need to repair these divot makers.
Oh, I got a. And now this is something that I learned from John Leach and Chris Young. Whenever you hit a ball about 14 yards, you have to go around the sides and twist them, just like it's a ball mark on a green. This is very, it might slow down the...
Like it's a what?
Like it's a green. You have to fix it like it's a green, a ball mark on a green.
I've never had a ball hit a green.
Well, most of us haven't, but I've seen it on television. Now I've got another tee somewhere. Here it is. This is an important tool right here. Now, I haven't done very well in my first 2 goes, but this is my wife's Pink Flying Lady. 3 years ago, she made a hole-in-one with it at New Hampshire on a 75-yard par 3. I'm very proud of her. She's a lovely lady. She's very nice to me, a great cook, and a good mother. So this is in her honor. Might have to go, oh, matter of fact, if it's in her honor, I think I'll use a ladies' club. This is a Mizuno, I can't read it, something 2000, but this ought to really do the trick. Oh, shoot.
Laid up again there, Will.
I just really have no concept of what's going wrong. Let's try it one last time. I think I need to swing a little harder, because it's a ladies' club, that's important. You know, I'm just not hitting them straight today.
Well, Will, we experienced a little difficulty carrying that body of water from back there. So I think we're going to move up to this tee to give you a little better opportunity.
Oh.
Or as Lindsey Nelson used to say, after no further action, we move forward into the 3rd quarter. So go ahead.
Well, I forgot to put on my rain pants, but I do have my rain hat just in case you do hit a sky ball into the pond directly in front of me, you will not get wet. Since I haven't hit one over yet, I think I'd go with the modern club here, a little Callaway, something 9-degree driver. And I think I can do this number, ooh, there's a Titleist, by the way. I'm not playing with just anything. Okay. Now, I'd like you to, this is in honor of Cabell Moore, because Cabell Moore is probably the best, obviously the best player of the whole tournament today. And he has a swing that we all ought to try to emulate or copy. Let me just show you a little bit how it works. Oh, God. Oh, shoot.
That was close.
I don't think, you know, I'm going through tees like nobody's business. I know what I think we really need to do, because obviously that doesn't work for me because I don't have the hand-eye coordination Mr. Moore does.
It's a little dark, too.
Oh, that is no problem. The balls are white. So are you. But what I thought I might do, I think I better use a Jim Nelson swing. Oh, shoot. Oh, Lord have mercy. Can I try that again? I'm sorry. I'm not doing my...
I don't think we have time.
I didn't do my captain justice, and I want to apologize. I'm going to put it a little bit back further in my stance.
You didn't get the reverse bit.
Okay. Good. Okay, you're right. That was free. Right now. Where'd it go? To the mud? Well, it almost cleared. See, that works a little bit better. Matter of fact, I think I'm getting the feel for that one. Woo, that was good. I think we'll do it. Let's try the Cavalmore swing one more time. I've already mastered the James Nelson swing. This is Cavalmore. This is the right angle for the Cavalmore. You can really get it. Whoa, baby!
Well, I don't know about you, but I picked up a few tips that I'm going to use tomorrow in my match. And now I have a very exciting announcement. Over the years, we've had trouble getting on the proper courses to play the River Cup. At CCV, we don't seem to be able to get on the James River course. Apparently no one over there has any influence at all and can pull that off. And at Willow Oaks, the course has either been under construction or underwater many times during River Cup history. So several years ago, the River Cup Executive Committee commissioned a task force to go out and find a property and develop it to make a permanent home for the River Cup competition. Chuck Ditsler recently made a site visit on this course that was developed by architect Lester George near Roanoke called Ballyhack.
Yeah, but that's what we did was we turned that last piece up.
I'd love to see a ball roll up here.
No, we turned the last piece up so that if you are up here and you don't do it right, it's not going to...
It is actually up?
It should stop. Yeah, it's about 1% up.
Okay. Jeez, I would never guess.
If I had 9 feet of elevation to get out to move here, I couldn't go any steeper back here, and I couldn't carve any more out of the front.
And how big is this green? What's the square footage?
It's right at about 10,000.
10,000.
Maybe 9,000.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Right in your wheelhouse, isn't it?
Absolutely. Give me my 64. And then how big a green is it when you, you're not going to cheat. No. Cool. Where do you hit the frickin' ball? It's like, this is St. Andrews Revisited. That's beautiful. You know, at this point you could really see it.
Yeah. Well, some people can't see it much before this, but this is why I've been so excited.
This is magnificent.
4 coming at you. There's 4 green. You hit it out there, and then you come across.
Whoa, get in that fairway!
I just stuck this tee in right at the last moment. There's the back tee. I'm going to do 7,000 rounds a year, so we don't need monster tees.
And it's fitting for a length style course to have the small tees. That is just really cool. Really cool.
Path down that way through the woods and came up behind, so you're right up on 18T. That's perfect. Now it looks like you've hit it in the bunker, right?
Yeah.
No. From there you got 250 yards in the middle of the green, but you got 180 to the right of that, left of that tree down there to go to the next landing. Amazing. Come on, I'll show you how it works.
Amazing.
There's a couple more keys back there.
Well, that certainly looks like an exciting golf course, and I know I'm looking forward to playing there permanently in years ahead, and hope you are as well. Well, that's it for this year's video of Inside the River Cup. Hope you have fun this evening, and good luck to all the competitors tomorrow. We look forward to seeing you for the 21st River Cup in 2009.